it's the coach. This is NFL football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd, fresh off a standout performance a week ago. It'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. With that, let's head inside the Ford Field in Detroit. We're standing by are the two men who will bring you this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton. Cam
has all the skills that you're looking for. The arm that can do everything. The ability to run, hard to bring down because of his size. But the joy that he plays the game, I think that's his stock in trade. That's his calling card. That's what sets him apart from other players.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On the run is Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Joker. Get it.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
He'll look to throw. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Newton. He'll get that one complete to Connor. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 2nd down. A look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Lions. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching up another 15 against your squad.
Now it's Connor. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a draw play. This is Connor, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now Newton. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. Now Newton on 1st down. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Past the 20. 10, and into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
From the 30 on second down, Newton. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Throwing on third down, Newton. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 96 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On first down, it's Gurley. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the counter, Gurley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
first down. He'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1.
We got 4. And 2 stop. Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike.
Now a draw play for Gurley. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Gurley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Dorsett making the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now back to throw. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. 2nd and 4. And it's caught. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it didn't.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Newton to throw. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Off the bootleg. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fielded at about the 28. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Lions to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now it's Gurley. And he'll get 3 up to midfield. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 44. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Check. Lucky.
Now Gurley stays on his feet. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first. They run. It's Gurley. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. Complete to Dorsett. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time for our players spotlight, and it focuses in here on Cam Newton. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, he gets this one to Johnson. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Newton. Complete to Hilton.
Let's go.
That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Newton. He'll get that one complete to Connor. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
59 mark, check, 59. Let's go.
A final shot before the break. Newton. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. On the draw, Connor. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now, throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And it's second down. Gurley. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And able to find Dorsett. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Here's Gurley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll drop to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. He'll look to throw. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and he curls back inside for the completion.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyler Higbee, his second touchdown on the season. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Safety screaming.
It's a gain of 6.
Right back to Cotter here on first. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On second down now, it's Cotter.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now it's Newton, and this is going to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Back to throw here. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Gurley on 1st down with no blocking help there, as he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now back to throw. Dorsett's got it. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. And he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Packers get set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, his throw incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Newton now to throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw is Newton. Rolling, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Newton to throw, pick up the first. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
56, the mark, boy, 56. Check 56. Let's get into good time.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Let's go now. 18 games.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And now look at him go. 20, 10, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 2nd and 1. That escapes us, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
It's now 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They try right side here. Gurley. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
2nd and 4. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 30-yard attempt.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Newton on 3rd down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. J.J. Watt in there for a big milestone in this game. That's sack number 198 of his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer Reggie White for 2nd place all time. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Ready? 18 games. Brings up 2nd and 11. 4 down. At the 24-yard line. Ready?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought two words for this ball game: methodical and predictable.